Welcome back to Jordan's Everyday DIY. In this video, I am going to show you how to do a fall planter. So today I thought I would show you how to pot a fall planter. And actually the method that I am going to use is one I learned last year, and I used it for all of my summer pots. So just because I'm doing a fall one right now, this can go for your summer pots as well. I really wish I would have done a YouTube video on that. Last year I did a Facebook Live on it, and I had a lot of people respond to it and say that they use this method and it really helped their planting. So if that's something that you want to check out, I can send you a link to that. But I think this will help explain it. First off, I really wish I had a bigger container. I just picked this one up at Home Depot and I actually really love it. I love the color, I love the shape. I wish it was a little bit bigger. So I'm actually not gonna be able to plant everything in here that I wanted to. But you know, that's kind of the way it goes, especially during this past year and this pandemic. We can't find everything that we need. So we just need to be flexible and do what we can. So anyway, let's get started. Now, it has been raining like crazy here in Michigan. I'm so thankful this afternoon for the sun. It's been raining here all morning. So these plants that I purchased last week have been sitting out and they've been getting a ton of water. But I think the most important thing to know is when you buy your plants and you bring them home and you're getting ready to pot them, go ahead and grab some kind of a bucket and fill it up with water and soak your plant in there. Like, let me show you this. Isn't this the coolest plant? Can you see like that yellow and that maroon color? These are called peekaboos, and I've never seen these before. And I just thought, I don't normally go for yellow at my house, but I couldn't resist these for fall because I think they're so cool. So what I mean by soaking your pot first is just filling a bucket up with water, putting this and just dipping it in and letting it soak for a second in the water. That way, when you go to plant this, it is going to be super hydrated for you. I think so often when we do pots, they don't get enough water, and if they start off dry, it's just not going to be a good start. So that's my first tip. Now on for the soil. So first I'm going to fill this almost completely up. I like to use this Miracle-Gro potting soil, but you can use whatever you like. Also, there is a drain hole in the bottom of this. And that's something else that you want to make sure that you have. So I filled this up almost all the way to the top, but not quite, because obviously we need room for the plants. But this might be the biggest thing that I learned and kind of changed up how I do my pots that has worked so awesome. So I'm going to start first. I guess first of all, you want to think about where your pot is going to sit. And if it's going to be somewhere where people see all around it, then typically I would take my tallest plant that I have and I would put that in the center. But for me, I know where I'm going to set this on my porch. I want my tallest plant to be kind of set off to the back, and I'm going to offset it. But first what you're going to do, well, first I'll take my plant out, and this is a purple fountain grass, which this one will come back. So some of these plants are really cool. You can at the end of the season just plant them in your garden. All right, I'm gonna set the plant off to the side. Now I know this is the size pot that I'm gonna have, and I figure out where I'm gonna put it, and I'm just going to push that down in my soil so I can see where I'm gonna dig my hole for that. Okay, and then next I'm gonna grab this ornamental cabbage. Which these are so inexpensive and they add such a cool pop to any fall container. If you have some plants that are already potted in window boxes or in your planters and they're gonna keep you through the fall, just switching out a few things and maybe adding an ornamental cabbage is really cool. Okay, so I'm gonna take him out. And do the same thing. Again, this pot is so much smaller than what I was looking for. So I really wanted to plant these white mums. I love white mums, but I think obviously I can't fit this in this planter. So I'm just gonna pop this in a basket that I already have and put it next to it. And I think that that will look really pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you what that looks like. I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do it. So there are the two that I had showed you that I made, the marks. And then I went ahead and put that peekaboo up front. And then another one here in the back. Just wanted to show you what that looks like. Okay, so now I'm gonna dig a hole and do one at a time. I didn't think this through very good. But I love this because you know like the exact size that you need to dig it. Okay. Another thing when you're planting too is you just want to see what side you think looks the best for the front. And I also like to just loosen up the bottom roots a little bit. Because this is a fall planter, it's really not going to be out very long. So I don't have to worry about it as much as I would my summer ones. And for me, this season in particular is going to be a lot shorter because I'm having a big event here at my house in October. And then end of October, I start decorating for Christmas because early November, I have my holiday open house. So this year, I'm not going to do as much fall as I normally would. Okay, now for this plant, I feel like it has a lot more dirt on it than what the stem really needs. So I'm going to take a little bit of this off just so it fits in my pot better. And I kind of like this popping off the side. Okay, now I'm going to take that peekaboo plant, and whenever you're doing a pot, it's nice to think about you want to have a plant that's going to be taller, either in the center or off to the side. And then you want to have your fillers, which are in the middle here, that are really going to fill things up. And then you want to have your spillers. So this is a spiller. It's going to come over the side. Again, I think these are so cute. I've never seen this before. Let me know in the comments if you guys have seen this plant before or used it. Okay, and for this one, I need the dirt to be a little bit higher up here. I'm just gonna add a little bit more. Again, these plants already have quite a bit of water already, so they're gonna really have a great start. All right, and I'm just gonna finish this off with this plant. I think it's called a Celosa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I probably am, but I love this hot pink. And because these are so small back here, I'm just using my hand to kind of dig the hole out. I'm gonna pop this right in here. Okay, and then my last step is just to add a little bit more of the loose potting soil on the top to finish it off. So the last thing you want to make sure is that you just top it off really well with water. The nice thing about planting in the fall, depending on what climate you're in, is you don't have to water as much. I think I just make sure to water mine about once a week if it's not too hot out. Obviously, if it's hotter and drier out, you're going to have to water it more. But I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know in the comments if it's something that you're going to try out, or when you do try it out, let us know. We love to hear back from you guys, and we appreciate you so much supporting our channel. If you haven't already, we would love for you to subscribe. And when you do that, make sure you hit that little notification bell. That just lets you know when we have new videos coming up. We're super excited to continue to do these videos and put out some more content. So until next time, stay blessed.